What's up, guys? Did you miss me? It has been a month, a crazy month. Renovations, new videos, more content, delays, Mercury retrograde. It's been insane. But I thank you for your patience, and we are back. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, thank you for being here and thank you for tuning in. Cue the applause! Hey, what's up, guys? Check out the new digs. This is the new setup. I know I've been gone for a while between Mercury retrograde, delays in just about everything. I have been doing new content. I have been renovating different parts of my house, changing things up a little bit, freshening things up a bit. And this was my biggest project. It took forever. I know you can't really see too much. When I'm filming, the camera kind of zooms in to my face and like you can't really see too much of what's going on. But I encourage you guys to go subscribe and follow my Eminence Living YouTube account. I will have a video up of this whole thing that I did here. I will have a video of my house. It's a little house tour that I'm doing and some tips and tricks and things that I did while I was gone. Now, I know if you guys follow my Instagram, you know that I've been posting screenshots of USPS. I mean, literally, I have never been so personally attacked by a Mercury retrograde ever in my life. It's probably because it's in Leo. I have my Leo in the eighth house. It's my moon sign, and so maybe that's why it's been kicking my ass more than like regular Mercury retrogrades. I have had delays on everything. Even the chair that I bought for the office is still not here. Like I'm still sitting in my old chair. Like that was delayed as well. But I couldn't delay this episode any longer because I fear that there would have been a strike or something would have happened. So I had to come on here and let you guys know, man, it has been insane. I don't know. So usually when there is Mercury retrogrades, it's known for delaying things, delaying communication or messing up communication. It's known for like, you know, if you're going to travel during a Mercury retrograde, you could probably expect for like there to be delays in the airport, delays in your flight, like technology kind of goes a little crazy, computers, things like that. And let me tell you, man, this Mercury retrograde has kicked my ass. I cannot fucking wait until August 11th, until this shit is done and over with. I have been personally attacked by this fucking Mercury retrograde. Not only is Mercury retrograding, but Mars moved into Libra. Libra's my sun sign. Like there's a Venus moved into Cancer. I mean, there are so many things going on in the stars, and I have never felt it more like acutely than this moment. Like I've never felt it more attuned with like my body more than this moment. Not to mention that for the last 3 months, to include this month coming up, I have been shedding with the fucking full moon, which is insane as it is. Like the full moon creates like this energy in the air. Like there's already this energy every month around the full moon, and to shed along with the full moon, oh my God, I don't know what kind of joke the universe is trying to play on me, but like I'm done. Like I'm good. I don't want anymore. Like I feel for the last month, honestly, it has felt like the universe has been like playing a joke on me, and I'm the butt of the joke. Like the universe and its friends are like hanging out somewhere watching me, pointing and laughing. Like that's how I have felt in the last month. I I throw my hands up, like I literally had to like wave a white flag. Like I'm like, "No. I'm not I am not fighting with you." Like you win. You win. Literally, it has been so insane. So I say that, all of that to say that I am very grateful for you guys for being patient with me and for tuning in always. We are pretty back on schedule. Unless something crazy happens, we are back to our episodes every other week on Friday. So make sure that you guys tune in. Thank you for being here today. I didn't really have an episode planned, any outlines or anything like that today. There are a few things that caught my eye this last week, and I said, you know what? Why don't we discuss that today on today's episode? So, but I don't really have anything crazy or anything concrete planned. I knew I had to get in here and show you guys what was going on. This is my new wall. I did a lot of different things that I'm not usually used to, but like I said, I go to my Eminence Living page, follow it, subscribe, please, and you have to check out the house tour that I am posting so that you can kind of see the method to all of this madness that has been happening in this office. Like, I have things that I've changed on that side. I have things that I've changed on that side. I have things that I've changed on that side that you can't see. So it was a lot, okay? It was a lot. And this is where I do most of my creative pursuits, if you will. I film my podcast in this office slash studio, and so it was important to me that I changed it a little bit to kind of match more of my energy. So anyway, enough of that. I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things that caught my attention. Like I mentioned, man, I don't know what is happening or what is going on in the air, but there is definitely things happening. And for those people who might not be very spiritual or might be, a little more logical or whatever the case may be, I don't know if you guys feel the change in the energy in the world, but I most definitely do. And let me tell you, it has been crazy the last few weeks, other than, these retrogrades happening and all these things happening in the stars and in the constellations. I also came across the Schumann resonance, and I don't know if all of you know what that is, but the Schumann resonance is essentially the heartbeat of the earth. A lot of spiritual people and scientists have proven that the earth is a living, breathing thing with its own heartbeat that can be tracked and that can be sensed by all of us because we are, here living and all of this. So I came across this video about the Schumann resonance and how recently there has been like an uptick in that energy. Kind of think about it, kind of like the heartbeat of Earth has been beating faster and harder because there is going to be a split in the Earth. So I read the book a long time ago by Eckhart Tolle that the first book I read was called The Power of Now. That book completely changed my life. It really just made me see things a lot different. So I totally recommend, definitely, if you can. It's not a long read. You have to read it. It's amazing. It's called The Power of Now. And then he did kind of like a follow-up to that book. It's not really like a part one and a part two. It's just kind of a follow-up to what he was talking about in the first book. And he wrote the book that's called A New Earth. That book is insane also. You have to read it. If you get your hands on it, definitely read it. So there are a lot of people that believe that the earth is going to be splitting into two. Not physically or technically, but I guess metaphorically we could say there's going to be a split in reality where those who have awakened and have become enlightened will be living in this new reality, and the people who haven't will stay in the old reality. So a lot of this comes from the idea that there's a lot of people around the world that are awakening. Their third eye, their chakras, their heart, they're opening up to the spirituality and the divineness that has always existed within us and in this earth, and people are awakening to that, and it's more and more and more, and it's causing like this shift in reality. And so when we talk about the Schumann resonance, if you ask scientists, right, this was proven by a scientist called Winifred Schumann, and she is the one who discovered this frequency. It's caused by electromagnetic things that happen between where we are and the Earth's ionosphere. So it'll be like lightning or natural like electricity and electromagnetic activity that happens between these spaces. The hertz that this frequency and this electromagnetic field creates is known to be like the Earth's heartbeat. Now, spiritually, it's like the Earth's pulse, like the pulse that we have. Like when you take your pulse at a doctor's office or whatever, they can track how many beats per minute your heart has, and obviously like if you are running or if you're excited or whatever, it might beat faster or beat slower, just depending. So when we talk about the Schumann resonance in a spiritual sense, people believe that the hertz that this frequency emits, which is 7.83, is the perfect blend of the alpha and theta like waves. And when we are attuned to this wave, we feel more calm, we feel more rested, we our intuition, we can listen to our intuition better. Our nervous system regulates naturally. It's almost like, for moms out there, I remember when my daughter was a baby, if I was calm, she was calm. She spent 9 months listening to my heartbeat inside of my body. And so what happens with that is that our daughters especially become our kids. I mean, we are them and they are us, but I have more of an affinity, obviously, because I have a daughter. So when she was little, like I remember I could just hold her on my chest, and if I calmed myself and breathe deep and just kind of relax myself, then she would relax too. So the same as Earth, right? Mother Earth, who's our mother, we can attune ourselves to this frequency, to this wave, this pulse, this earth pulse, this earth heartbeat. And if we are attuned to it, we can feel more calm and feel more oneness with everything. And we're just more intuitive. And even our nervous system calms down. And so, what has happened in the last few weeks is that there has been a uptick in that pulse. The earth's heartbeat has been beating way faster all of a sudden. It was very, very sudden. And so if you have been feeling like really off lately, like you can't really sleep, you just feel weird, you don't feel like aligned, you kind of feel like maybe you're like in a creative rut. Hello, me. And you just feel kind of off. It probably was because you were feeling the Schumann's resonance, you were feeling that shift. And so I found this video where I will put it up and we'll listen to it together, where there was a break in the heartbeat, in that frequency. And a lot of spiritual people believe that this is where we are splitting earths, where the earth is splitting into a different reality. And I I try to be neutral with certain things because my purpose with this podcast is not to divide beliefs or to sit here and kind of preach to you like what you should believe in, what you shouldn't believe in. My purpose with this podcast is to give you guys the experiences of my life, and hopefully what I have learned will spark something in you or will make you look at things differently. I truly believe that everyone has their own journey, and even though I know for sure about certain things that have been proven time and time again to me because I've witnessed them. And even though I know I could say, look, if you do this, for sure, this is the result you're going to get. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to just speak on like my experiences and the things that have happened to me. And hopefully you guys can take something positive from that and change your own journey. But everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own purpose of being here. They're, evil and good exist, but they coexist on purpose. And so I am not here to like preach or change your thoughts or anything like that. Hopefully you guys will see and hear what I'm talking about, and you'll do that on your own. But I personally do believe in what the spiritual community is talking about when it comes to the Schumann resonance. I do believe that there will be a new earth and there will be a split in reality, and some people will stay in the old earth and some people will come along with the new earth. I see it every day. I see it in the people that I talk to. I see it in how certain people live. There's definitely a different world happening at the same time that everything is happening. And I believe that. I believe that there are different realities and dimensions all happening at the same time. I believe that time is an illusion. I believe everything is happening all at the same time, and we just see what we see because we're creating it as we see it. There's this theory in quantum physics, I believe it's called the observer's theory, where something can't be if it's not being observed. So it's almost like if you've ever had like one of those VR sets like on, and wherever you're looking, you can see what's being created. Essentially, you're creating what you're looking at, even though there might be things happening over here. If you're looking this way, this here is not really happening unless you turn around and observe it. Then it's happening. That's kind of the example that I can give you that kind of makes sense. So as we're observing things, we're creating them. And as we are living and doing and thinking and manifesting, we are creating those things. None of this is real. We make it real, if that makes sense. And so the Schumann resonance is spiked. I have a video. I'm shooting this on the 6th. The video that I'm going to show you is from the 2nd, but it's insane, like what has been happening like in the atmosphere. And it also makes sense why I have felt so off, like creatively, like everything has just been really weird. And I can't put words to it. It's more just like a feeling. And so let's listen to this video together, and then I'll let you know my thoughts.
August 2nd, Schumann Resonance Midday Update as of 3 p.m. Eastern. Power 70 vibe, reality quake anyone? The charts are cooked. Not lightly toasted, burnt to a crisp. At 3 a.m. Eastern, the Schumann Resonance hit a whiteout that looked like someone held down the reset button on the simulation. If you felt cracked open before the sun came up, that's because you were. Whiteout held steady until about 5:30 a.m. Eastern, and the aftershocks carried into late morning. Between 6 and 9 a.m., the amplitude kept punching, and the frequencies dipped low like the Earth tried to take a deep breath and forgot how. And now, we're in the cosmic stew. It's 3 p.m. Eastern, and Kumiana's electric field is still spiking red. The geophone is pulsing like it owes someone money. The energy is thick, emotional, static charged, and fully live. So if your thoughts are scrambled, your chest feels pressurized, and you're cycling between I'm fine and I might live in a cave now. Yeah, that tracks. Here's what you might be experiencing. Time distortion, again. Head pressure, ear ringing, weird buzzing in your spine. Emotions surfacing like they missed their cue. Fidgety body, restless energy, can't sit still but don't want to move. Glimpses of clarity between existential monologues. What you can do to not spontaneously combust. Hydrate like it's a spiritual emergency. Ground with nature, dirt, trees, grass, rocks, go touch reality. Stay away from chaos energy, including your own. Move your body gently, stretch, walk, sway, exercise the static. Keep your energy clean. Sage, sound, shower, salt, silence. Don't force productivity. Your system is already doing enough. This isn't just an energy shift. It's Earth hitting you with a firmware patch. Full install, no warning. You're not broken. You're being recoded. Try not to fight it. Try not to diagnose it. Just let it move through.
So, dude, this is insane. So I'm gonna leave this video up real quick so that we can look at it together. So this is the kind of map of the energy of that pulse that we're talking about, the Earth's heartbeat. So you can see that it's like pretty like constant, and then there's this white strike, like this white kind of blank space. So what they're saying is that the pulse of the Earth sped up really, really fast, and then pretty much stopped for a second. Like, you know, sometimes like when you take a deep breath and you hold it and then you let go. So it's basically saying that that's what happened, that the Earth's heartbeat was beating, and then it started beating faster and faster and faster, and then it just stopped, and then it started again. And so that whole ordeal, like, I swear, like I had headaches. I never like typically get headaches unless I have been on the computer all day, or I have like been, under the sun, not hydrating. Like, I am not typically someone who gets headaches. And I had like this headache right here, like in my temples, pretty much like 2 or 3 days like in a row where it would just come out of nowhere. And not just that, the ringing in my ear all of a sudden, I felt I couldn't sleep. I am a great sleeper. I'm telling you that I know that I think I said that in another episode. I don't remember which episode, but something has definitely been going on because there has been like these little pockets of time where I have been feeling like restless and like, just like the video said, restless but can't move. Girl, let me tell you, like that was me like the last 3 weeks. Like, so weird. It's something that can't be explained. If you have been feeling these kinds of symptoms, I am telling you that the earth, something is going on. Definitely something is happening. And when I read the article and saw the video about this, I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. It made me think about The New Earth, that book that I read, and it makes me think about like how all of these things are lining up. Coincidentally? No, not coincidentally. They're all lining up now that Pluto has moved into Aquarius. I'm telling you guys, if you guys just start doing a little bit of research on these topics, you'd be like, holy shit. Like, it all makes perfect fucking sense. It is insane, okay? And even, man, even like with my like packages being delayed, like that's never really happened to me before. Not with, not like something like that, especially knowing that like Mercury retrograde was happening at the same time. It is just too many little like things that they can't be coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences at all. I don't believe in it. I believe that everything happens for a reason. Every single little thing. Like that movie Inception with Leo DiCaprio, how he had Ellen Page and she was like the designer, and how she would like design the dream perfectly so that they can like, run their scam that they were trying to do. Like, that is my belief. Like, everything happens for a reason. Like, the earth is talking to you, the universe is talking to you at all times. It's almost like your higher self, like your future self, higher self is like talking back to you through these like signs. If you've seen Interstellar, which Interstellar is like my favorite movie of all time, like my number one favorite movie of all time. I had to watch that movie like 3 times to fully understand what was going on. You would think I would just go to Google and like, I don't know, go to like Reddit or whatever to like look at the discussion groups and shit to like understand what was happening in the movie. No, my dumbass watched the movie like 3 times, and each time I watched it, I found something new and I was like, okay. It wasn't until I watched it 3 times that I was like, okay, let me go into like Reddit and try to like understand really. But I watched that movie so much that now I see reality like completely different. And so it's kind of like Matthew McConaughey, the father in that movie, how he literally goes into like a fifth dimension and is able to give signs to his daughter to like save the earth, essentially. And so that's how I feel about life in general. Like, there are no coincidences. Like, all these things that are happening in the earth, like the Schumann resonance, like everything that's happening on the news or in social media, or like all these different things, they are all a almost like saying like, which way are you gonna go? Where are you gonna be? What side are you gonna choose? And it's exciting and crazy at the same time, because I sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I wish that I was not awake to all of these things. I wish that I can go back to the time where I was ignorant to all of this stuff. Obviously, that's not my journey and I can't go back, but I wish that sometimes I didn't know that I lived in this world that's curated, by us. It's curated by us, but I wish I lived in the Matrix. I wish I don't want to be Neo. I want to be, the NPCs sometimes, because sometimes the more you know, the lonelier you get, and kind of the sadder the more sad you become, because there's very few people that are on this side with you, so you can't really pretend. And so when you see the things that are happening in the world, like through social media, TikTok, whatever, you just kind of like laugh a little bit and you kind of smirk and you're like, man, people are really falling for this kind of stuff. And I see it all the time. Like, oh, wait. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today also was this little headline
Genes are passed down from
right
parents to
here.
offspring, often
Are we
determining traits
really,
like hair
all of
color,
us, go
personality,
like
and even eye
really?
color.
We're going like we're all
My
pissed
genes are blue.
Sydney
at
Sweeney,
this
Casper Keen.
freaking headline. Like, we're really mad about this ad with like American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney. First of all, let's get one thing straight, okay? Sydney Sweeney is wifey, okay? I think that woman is gorgeous. It's probably because she has Libra and like Virgo combination in her chart, which makes her like seem like she's like absolutely perfect. So that's probably the reason why. But Sydney Sweeney, really? This girl rebuilds cars on her time off? Like, she fucking like, I can't. I can't do it. Like, woke used to mean something different in the early 2000s. Like, woke used to mean like, you know, don't trust the government, or like don't trust the news, don't trust everything that the media is telling you, don't trust all the people in charge, like be smarter than the masses. Like, that's what woke used to mean in the early 2000s. Woke now is like it's madness. It's so far, from like the truth of things, that it makes things like this, like, to me, I'm like, we're falling for this? Really? Like, this is what we're falling for? And it's no coincidence that these things are coming up, because they want us to feel separate from each other. That has always been the fight. It has never been about the color of your skin or where you're from, where you come from. The power has always been in keeping us so locked in this tiny little room where we can't see anything but each other. And so, because we can't see anything outside of this box but each other, then we turn on each other. That has always been the true way of wielding their power, so that we stay dumb, so that we stay unenlightened, so that we stay in our, animal brain, and not exceed our potential. Like, there is unlimited potential in this mechanism that we are living in this body that we are living in this brain that we have. It's just unlimited. And so stuff like this is what they want to keep us there, you know. And don't get me wrong, I don't really watch the news. I love TikTok. I'm sure you guys know that. And so I get some of the news on TikTok, and I know that it's funny because I do enjoy like watching movies or series, and I remember someone who's not very bright told me one time, well, you know, you're watching all these movies and you're watching all these series, but all of that is just part of the matrix. It's all part of this propaganda machine, this thing to keep you like in fear and all this stuff. But the difference is that I know what it's doing. I know that headlines like this are trying to trigger me to feel a certain way, or watching a certain movie is trying to trigger me to feel a certain way. Like the Barbie movie, for example, when I watched that with my daughter, I can tell the underlying message of what it is that they were trying to get women to feel, but I don't fall for that because I can see their play coming from a mile away. But as I've told you guys before, we are here to experience a human experience, and it would be foolish of me to not participate in human things. I don't think that people that are truly spiritual, you know, should be living in a jungle somewhere, drinking water from a river and like making, you know, shoes out of trees. Like, I don't believe that's what we are here to do. We are here to live this full experience and to understand the power that we have inside ourselves, the power that we have to wield things into existence. I think that is why we are here, is to learn that power and to create our reality. And so I participate in all these things, but knowingly that this is all just a mechanism to keep you separated from your third eye, from your divineness that's inside of you. And so when I saw this uproar, man, my freaking feed on TikTok was insane, dude. Like it was like it was too much. So when I saw it, I was like, man, people are really falling for it. And there's people that are so separated from their divine oneness in their soul, in their spirit, that they're like, ooh, this is what's really going on. Another one. Let me show you another one. I'm going to put this one up. This is a video that I saw too. It's so crazy to me. So Nikki Reed is, I know her from Twilight, the movie Twilight. Okay, that's where I know her from. And I think she did the movie 13, right? I think she did that one too. And so it's hilarious to me. She was on an interview and like a podcast, and she was talking about how she has been wearing the same clothes for 15 years. The same shirt, the same pants, the same shoes for 15 years. That's what she says, that she does not want to fall into the trap of wanting more, of doing more, wanting more or something like that. Don't quote me. You can read the interview on Online if you want to, or look up the podcast that she was on. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I just can't help but laugh, because it's just so silly to me how we have divided ourselves into like these like categories. And I feel proud that I don't put myself in any categories other than like a spiritual and like kind of logical person at the same time, if you can even put those and mesh those together. But it just makes me laugh because it's silly to me. It's kind of like, have you guys heard that sound? It's like a trending TikTok sound. I think it's from the Kardashians. I think like Kourtney tells Khloe, well, I don't watch, like, Khloe is like, oh, something on TV or whatever. And Kourtney's like, well, I don't watch TV. And Khloe's like, okay, like, what do you want, a fucking cookie? Like, you don't like get a standing ovation because you watch like less TV. Like, get the fuck over yourself, pretty much, right? So that's a trending sound on TikTok, and that's what it reminded me of. Like, people that, I don't use the earth's resources. Like, I don't use electricity, and I've been wearing the same clothes for 15 years because I just don't want more or desire more. Like, do you want a fucking cookie? Like, get the fuck out of my face. You want a cookie? Like, get out of here. We are literally human beings. Desire and want is in our DNA. We are supposed to want things. We are supposed to desire things. Like, that is literally written in our DNA. So, to me, what this screams is like guilt and almost like, what is it, like imposter syndrome even? Like, why is she like it's just the mentality. It just makes me laugh because it's just scarcity mentality and guilt mentality. Like, why does she feel so guilty for being like rich and an actress? Like, she shouldn't, you know what I mean? Like, embrace that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, it doesn't make any sense to me when people come out and say that. Now, if you're doing that like quietly and you're living your life that way and that's how you want to live it, cool. But coming like on a podcast and like specifically making sure that you like bring that up as a topic of conversation, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? Like Angelina Jolie, for example, like, bitch is paid. She's fucking a bazillionaire. She has like 100 kids from like different parts of Africa, okay? Maybe Angelina Jolie does that, but do you see her like putting it on a headline or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure if like Angelina Jolie could have adopted all of those kids and have done all the work that she has done in Africa, like putting in like waters and schools and all of that, if she could have done that without no press, she probably like would have. But it's almost like this particular thing was like put out there on purpose. Like, what do you want? Like a cookie? Like, why are we like denying our 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 humanness? Part of being this divine spiritual being that we are, part of being this being that comes from the creator, the source of everything, the light and source of everything, part of being that is being human. Like, do you know how many souls right now are out there wishing that they could come here and have this schooling and have this experience that is here on earth? We are so lucky to be here. And so when I see things like this, it makes me laugh because you can just tell that people are so out of touch, and especially Hollywood, they're so out of touch. It's so sad. They feel like they're doing good and making the world a better place, or like, I don't know, they want like a cookie for themselves for like wearing the same clothes for 15, the same shoes for 15 years. But you're not like, the way that you contribute to this world and to society and to this experience that we're living is by experiencing it. I mean, you're not going to harm people. You don't want to like kill or harm or do things to hurt other people, but I think it's our duty as souls on this earth to experience life to its fullest and not not walk around like thinking you're holier than thou because you belong to a group that is trying to, stop kids from going hungry. Like, it makes no sense to me when people are like making headlines for these things like on purpose. It almost feels like you're putting it out there like on purpose. Like when you're doing something good for someone and you say that you are doing something good for someone, or you're making sure someone is watching while you're doing this good deed. That's what this shit feels like to me. And I just don't see the point of it. And honestly, I don't like agree with it. I am not ashamed of being who I am and wanting the things that I want and living my life the way that I live. By dimming myself, which I did for such a long time. I dimmed my light for such a long time. I was not doing the world any justice. By being quiet and by not speaking my truth, I wasn't doing it any justice. I don't feel guilt for being the way that I am or doing the things that I do or whatever the case may be. So I see these kinds of headlines and I'm just like, what are they trying to... I just question it. It doesn't really make me angry or sad or whatever. It makes me giggle a little bit. And then I just think like, what was your purpose? What is the purpose of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? What is the purpose of not like changing your clothes for 15 years? You know what I mean? Like, what about maybe like, okay, have you gone and like given clothes, all the other clothes that you probably would have worn to like, I don't know, kids in need or whatever the case may be? Like, what is the point of you saying that? That you don't yearn for more, that you don't ever want to be someone that wants more. I don't know. I just, food for thought. Food for thought. I saw it and I was like, okay, cool. Like, do you want a cookie? And then so what makes me laugh is that people will fall for that and they'll be like, oh my God, she is so great. Like, wow, that is so brave. So brave of her to like only wear the same clothes for 15 years, like the same. Wow, she's so humble. Get the fuck out of me. Like, I can't. These, and I normally, obviously, you guys have been on this podcast watching me now for 17 episodes. I don't usually address like things like this, but I think it was important to address it so that you guys understand that these things are all being like, it's like a well-oiled machine. They are all being curated to get you guys to have some kind of reaction for it. And honestly, the most important thing that you can do is take charge of what's happening in your own life. Like, don't ever feel guilty for... There is no wrong or right way, right? Like, there isn't. But don't ever feel like you have to belong to a cause or you have to belong to a group or you have to belong to like a certain category of things. Like, two things can be true at the same time. Like, you can want abundance and drive a nice car and have money in your account and still be a good person and a person that helps other people and someone who's very spiritually inclined and someone who believes in the good in the world. And like, it's not like just because you don't buy new clothes every day, or just because it doesn't make you any better. It doesn't make you any worse. It doesn't make you any better, is my point. It and I think that people tend to, what's happening now a lot in the mainstream news and media and all of that, like everybody wants to categorize you. They want to look at you and they want to be able to say you are a Democrat, or you're a Republican, or you're a millennial, you're a Gen Zer, or you are gay or straight or whatever. Like, people want to be able to figure you out by looking at you and by judging like the choices that you make, right? Like, someone will look at me, the way that I'm dressed, the way that I like to dress, the way that I present myself, and they'll be like, oh, she's a stuck-up bitch, materialistic for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that all I want to do is break all of those rules, like literally. Like, it only makes me want to it only makes me want to dress nicer, have a nicer car, have a bigger house, and do all the things that like people will be like, oh, she's like this, like this, like that. And then when you actually have a conversation with me, when you sit down and you're like, whoa, no, she's like a fucking alien. like what the fuck? Where did that come from? Like, that is my point in all of this. Like, don't let yourself be put into any kind of category, whether it's by choice, by shame, or by guilt. Like, you're not any better for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not any better for doing certain things than not. Like, and if anyone is the example of that, it is me. Because I am sure that when I walk out into the world, people will have a sense and think that they know me. Or when they look at my Instagram pictures and my selfies and like all that, they know, oh, I know who she is. No, you don't. And so I see things like this and I'm just like, man, like, what are they trying to prove? Like, what are you, it's just silly and it's food for thought. So don't let these things kind of like make a split in your reality. The only thing that you should be thinking about is that Schumann resonance. Let me tell you, bro. That shit's insane and a lot of shit is going down. And I really hope that you guys are spiritually prepared, because some shit is about to go down. And anyway, so I just wanted to touch on some of those topics today because I thought that they were kind of funny. I really hope that you guys are doing great. I missed being in front of the camera. I'm excited to continue with my videos. Again, please make sure that you follow me on YouTube at Eminence Living. I will be posting my house tour and how this whole office came about, and you'll be able to see all the angles that you can't really see on this video. I'm really excited about that channel and what I'm going to be doing with that. I have a lot of things in the works right now. I can't go into any details until they have been completed. I have learned that. That is something that I have learned. Don't talk before things are like completed. So there are a lot of things going on, but definitely check out my new channel on YouTube. I appreciate all your support. Make sure that you guys show some gratitude for yourselves today. I did that yesterday. I journaled last night as I was crying my eyes out. I was journaling and I was just thinking about my younger self and how much I love her and how much I wish that I could have been there for her and been the parent that she needed. And I feel like I am now, but when I think about this little girl, oh, I just want to hug her and kiss her and tell her that everything's going to be okay. So do that for yourself today. Go find a picture of you when you were 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, and take a look at it and just tell that person how much you love them and how much you care for them, and show a little gratitude today. Gratitude is it's like the passport to a better life in every little thing that you do. Like, if you're driving in the car and someone lets you pass, like, thank you so much. Or, any little thing that you can think of, make sure that you kind of just give a little nod to yourself and to the universe, and you're like, thanks, man. I was hoping that light would turn green as soon as I got into the intersection, and it did. Thank you so much. Legit. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And like I always say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. The lessons, they will find you. Until next time, this is Life Vetted.